Look up at the night sky, and you see infinity. Stars scattered like jewels, stretching beyond imagination. Each tiny point of light is not just a star, but a potential sun, many orbited by worlds of rock, water, and air. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, contains more than 100 billion stars, and the universe holds hundreds of billions of galaxies beyond it. By any measure of probability, the universe should be overflowing with life. Not just bacteria, not just algae, but civilizations, thinkers, dreamers, builders. Civilizations far older and far more advanced than ours, whose presence should be carved across the stars in colossal structures or carried to us in signals across the dark. And yet, silence. No voices, no messages, no cosmic neighbors. We listen with our greatest instruments, radio telescopes that can detect the faintest whispers from across space, and we find only the endless hiss of the void. This contradiction is the great enigma of our age, a mystery that has haunted scientists and philosophers alike. It is known as the Fermi paradox, after physicist Enrico Fermi, who famously asked, "Where is everybody? In a universe so vast, why do we appear to be alone? Is there something we're missing, or something we have yet to face?" In the early 1960s, astronomer Frank Drake attempted to frame this paradox mathematically. His creation, the Drake equation, was not intended to give us an exact answer, but to structure our ignorance. Each symbol in the equation represents a stage in the journey from raw matter to intelligent civilization. First, the rate of star formation. Then, the fraction of those stars that host planets. The fraction of planets that are habitable. The probability that life emerges. The chance that life evolves into intelligence. The likelihood that intelligence develops technology capable of broadcasting across the stars. And finally, how long such civilizations last before they vanish. When Drake first presented his equation, the world had no exoplanet data, no understanding of how common planets really were. Today, we know that nearly every star has planets, and billions are Earth-like in size and orbit. Life, at least at the microbial level, seems plausible wherever conditions permit. If you assign optimistic numbers, the galaxy should be teeming with advanced civilizations, thousands, maybe millions. But despite decades of listening, the sky remains quiet. The Drake equation becomes not a promise, but a riddle. One or more of its terms must be far smaller than we hope. Somewhere, the chain breaks down. Somewhere, the cosmos enforces silence. Robin Hanson, an economist and futurist, gave this idea its name in 1998. But its roots stretch back through decades of speculation. The great filter is the hypothesis that the journey from dead matter to interstellar civilization is blocked by one or more nearly insurmountable obstacles. Imagine the path of life as a corridor with a series of doors. Most doors are open, but one or several are locked, and almost no one gets through. Out of billions of planets, maybe only one in a trillion passes to the next stage. This filter could be in our past, making humanity a statistical miracle. Or it could lie ahead, an existential trap that we have not yet encountered. The concept is unsettling precisely because it explains the silence so cleanly. The universe isn't empty. It's full of worlds where life never got far enough, or where civilizations collapsed before they could spread. The silence is not accidental. It is the footprint of failure written on a cosmic scale. Perhaps, then, we have already passed through the great filter. Consider the earliest steps. Life began on Earth about 3.8 billion years ago. Yet for over 1 billion years, our planet was sterile rock and ocean. The leap from simple chemistry to the first self-replicating molecules abiogenesis may be unimaginably rare. Despite our experiments in laboratories, despite recreating conditions thought to mimic early Earth, we have never reproduced the spark of life from non-living matter. It may require an extraordinary alignment of chance events, a cosmic lottery ticket that almost no world ever wins. And even once life began, complexity was not guaranteed. For 3 billion years, Earth hosted only single-celled organisms. Multicellularity, the cooperation of cells into larger, more complex organisms, seems to have happened only once. That single leap opened the path to plants, animals, and ultimately us. Without it, Earth would still be a microbial world. Then came intelligence itself, another rarity. Dinosaurs ruled for hundreds of millions of years without developing technology. Intelligence is not inevitable. Even with brains, language, and culture are not guaranteed. It may be that humanity's rise was a cosmic accident, the result of an unlikely series of evolutionary roll of the dice. If so, the filter is behind us, and we are among the luckiest beings in the universe. But what if the filter is not behind us? What if it lies ahead, waiting like a trap? This is the darker possibility. Imagine that civilizations do arise frequently. They build cities, develop technology, reach for the stars, but then they destroy themselves. Perhaps the lifespan of a technological civilization is short, measured not in millennia, but centuries. In this view, the silence of the universe is not because others never existed, but because they are all gone. The dangers are easy to imagine, because they are already ours. Nuclear war, climate collapse, biological weapons that spiral beyond control, artificial intelligences that outpace their creators, ecological exhaustion, even cosmic threats such as asteroid impacts or gamma-ray bursts could erase young civilizations before they expand beyond their fragile home planets. Each of these possibilities is a filter, a gate that most fail to pass. If the filter lies in our future, then the silence is a warning. It tells us that civilizations like ours rise often but fall quickly, unable to master the power they unleash. Humanity may stand on the edge of the same abyss. Every choice we make matters, whether we build responsibly, whether we cooperate rather than destroy, whether we prepare for threats we can see and those we cannot. If the filter is ahead, survival is not guaranteed. It is a race against time. This, then, is why the Great Filter feels so heavy. If civilizations were common and survived long enough, the galaxy should look different. Advanced civilizations might build Dyson spheres megastructures that capture the energy of entire stars. These would be visible across light years. They might colonize their solar systems and spread outward, leaving traces detectable to even our primitive instruments. They might broadcast signals across the void, deliberate greetings, or just the leakage of their communications. But we see none of this. The universe looks untouched, pristine, almost sterile. This absence is not neutrality, it is data. It suggests that either intelligent civilizations almost never arise, or that they almost never last. Both possibilities are sobering. Both mean the filter is real. The silence itself is the clue, and it tells us that something about the road to the stars is brutally unforgiving. So, what about us? Humanity stands at a precarious threshold. We have crossed many of the hurdles of biology and evolution, but we now hold in our hands tools powerful enough to shape or destroy our future. The Great Filter forces us to see our moment in cosmic context. If it is behind us, then we are alone, rare beyond comprehension, the sole voice in a galaxy of silence. That would make our responsibility immense. The future of intelligent life may rest entirely on us. If the filter lies ahead, then our survival is a fragile thing. We must navigate a minefield of dangers that may have destroyed countless civilizations before us. The paradox becomes personal. We are both the question and the answer. Every choice we make now in science, in politics, in ethics, may determine whether humanity becomes the first to break through, or just another spark extinguished in the dark. The Great Filter is more than theory. It is a mirror held up to humanity. It forces us to confront our fragility and our rarity. If life is common, intelligence may be rare. If intelligence is common, survival may be rare. Somewhere along the chain, the odds collapse. The silence of the stars is telling us something, but it is also an opportunity. If we are early, if we are rare, then perhaps the universe waits for us to fill it with meaning. Perhaps we are destined to be the first to speak into the void. Our challenge is to endure, to pass through the filter, to carry the flame of life beyond our small world. The night sky asks us a question. Will we too fall silent? Or will we become one of the very few voices to echo forever in the infinite dark